Hello, Commanders. Welcome back to another episode of Xcom 2 multiplayer. This time around, I'm using an Andromedon squad with two Archons and a Shieldbearer as the main unit, while supporting with a Sectoid and a Officer. Yeah, like this is one of my earlier games, so I am still very new at this point. I didn't know a lot of the mechanics yet. So you will see I make quite some questionable decisions, but I think this is a pretty good squad. Because now I'm starting to run into more, let's just say, more good, better players in ranked, so I cannot dick around with my troll squads anymore, such as the free sniper squad. That will never work in any kind of long, gigantic map. I will just get murdered with with when if I run into a good player. So, but this squad still works well, I would say, because the Archons and the Archons do not take cover, and while they draw the attention, my other units can do their work. Because most the popular winning squads at this moment is first it consists of officer spam and with one or two main units with officer spam, or uh, codex spam, which archons cannot be flanked, and codex don't do that well to archons, and um, some other popular squads like double grenadier, which archons cannot fall through the roof and take 4 damage, and they will not be flanked. So I guess this I would think this squad is still fairly decent, even with good players. This is one of my serious squad right now. And right here, I already hear the SECTOPOD, and yeah, like I said, this is an earlier game, so I didn't even check the edges of the map. I just, but I am still getting first turn, so I wasn't punished with dashing without checking the edges. And right here, I plan on get to the next roof on the next turn, and hopefully find the enemy on my overwatches. And yeah, the Archon just barely able to reach through the roof, and the other Archon is not even reaching without dashing. Yeah, but I would like my Archons to stay on the roof. Why give up the rooftop advantage when your units cannot take 4 damage, right? Um, yeah, I see a lot of people shield when they see the enemy, but it is a good chance that your enemy already damaged or even kill 1 or 2 units before you shield that way. What I think is better to do is shield when you expect to see the enemy next turn. But of course, you cannot be sure all the time. But yeah, just if you shield after you see the enemy, yeah, it is too risky, and you cannot make use of the shield bearer. The next turn, the shield bearer, even though he can only shoot, he still have decent aim and decent damage. if you manage to learn that where the enemy are, you should shield just before you see your enemy, so you will be fighting with the shield up, and you can make use of all your units at that turn. And right here, because my Archon is not seeing anything, so I feel like dashing the Andromedon into the roof. Yeah, but later I learned that if you dash your units, they will hear. Like if I dash my Andromedon, they will hear the Andromedon walking sound. Like if the enemy is dashing the Sectopod, I will hear him. But of course, if this happens, the rooftop just breaks, I would know where the Sectopods are. The thing is, you do not want to dash if you can, because if you dash, units like I think the ball is quiet enough for enemy to notice. They will only have some screen shaking or ground shaking stuff. But Sectopod, Andromedon is, yeah, you're basically telling the enemy, yeah, I have an Andromedon or I have a Sectopod, which I think is not that good to do. I'm not sure if you have a best quality kind of headphone. But you may even know the direction of the stuff. And here I already know where the Sectopod is, and I know where the direction the enemy are, so I am very safe to put the shield bearer out of cover to shield everyone, because my units will be pushing forward to that direction. Even if the even if they see something, they will not be reaching the shield bearer. And yeah, because I only have one skull unit, and basically all other units are fairly important, so I don't want to dash in my officer just now, so I just move forward a little bit and hopefully caught the Sectopod on Overwatch to deal some damage to him before we actually start fighting. Yeah, with officer spam, the usual tactic is just dash in two directions. Yeah, two of the officer spam also usually include 3 to 4 officers. So you would dash in one suiciding officer to scout. He has enough health if you manage to find a full cover, especially indestructible full cover. Yeah, it could take most, if not all, of the team efforts to kill one of your officer, which is only 400 points, and the next turn you can deal with the whatever you see uh, with that officer. So yeah, yeah, it is very popular. I think the most popular uh, winning squad I see in ranked is consisting of 2 grenadiers. Some people use sniper as the third unit. Sometimes some use a phantom. Yeah, both works fairly well. Except that, from what I see, most people just use normal grenades and not plasma grenades. So if you roll a map like Alien Base or with the forest where the cheese cannot be destroyed with normal grenade, you may be in a little bit of trouble. And right here, I'm not sure why his robot is not even in Overwatch. Why would you dash there? I don't know why. But yeah. So I just start working on the map. Yeah, I did not mark intentionally because I think 75% should be enough to kill it. And then I learned that my other units actually cannot see that map. So yeah, this is I forgot to check the line of sight marker because I just assume I will see it. Turns out I cannot. So well, I have no hope of killing this guy unless I get a 10% crit, of course, which you should never be relying on. And right here, I can dash. I mean, move the Andromedon to the edge of the roof, but I want Andromedon to hit the Septopod instead of some scouting units he decided to move into me first. So I decided to put the Andromedon a little bit further behind because like the position of the shield bearer, as soon as there's movement on the ground, the shield bearer it will shoot at it. But if I put my units here, uh, a little bit behind, only the Sectopod can trigger the Overwatch because they cannot see the ground very well. Yeah, maybe they can see a tile or two, I'm not sure, but most of the time they cannot see the ground. So as soon as the Sectopod move in, I will be the Andromedon will be overwatching. But then again, this player is using the Sectopod to scout, which does makes it well, which doesn't matter anymore because he used the Sectopod to scout, which again is a very bad thing. This is your main unit. You just don't expect he can tank every single shot. Just don't. Yeah, most of the unit will do 1 or 2 damage, but yeah, a lot of other units can do fairly decent damage. Like a Dromedon, which also shed 2 armor, which my plans works perfectly. All I want to do is shred his armor with the Dromedon. Or he should just use the Codex to scout instead of the Septopod. Well, but because of that, now he can disable basically all of my guy's weapon except the officer. And now we see a little set toy. Um, because we don't really see the map with our units, so his sector not may not be seeing our archons too, because it doesn't make sense if he see our archons, but he decided to mind spin the officer. Oops, spoilers. Yeah, he tried to work on my officer, which I think is yeah, but I guess it makes sense because the officers can grenade and shred the remaining 2 armors of the Sectopod. But you should try the sectoid mind spin first because if he's like panic or mind controlled, you don't need to waste your Sectopod ammo. You can shoot at my archons instead. But again, with the time limit, you don't always make the best decisions, which is the fun part of multiplayer. And right here, I'm not sure he running out of time, so he panic suppress or yeah. And then the officer just crit. Yeah, this is an extremely low chance to hit and a 10% crit, but it all happens. Well, sometimes this can happen. Extremely unlucky this time around. And I'm not sure why he is suppressing panicking unit, and I'm not sure why his trooper is not doing anything. And my Andromedon is the most important unit, so I don't want to Sectopod to shoot at me. So I have to run away from the Sectopod instead of other units. And good thing the exit bomb just barely reach, and which seems to be ignore armor. And it does okay damage with taking, which is very good on units like Sectopod because it ignores armor and you usually take a few turns to kill it. And right here I am being stupid. My own guy buffed my Archon, so I should move, reload, and then pinion, but then again I just move and pinion while my gun is still empty, which is a bad move. So here I try to I try to check the chance of mind spinning, and I figure that mind spinning the trooper is not going to be anywhere useful, so I try to mind spin his sectoid. And I get a lucky mind control. I don't know, but most of my mind spin from sectoids results in mind control. And this time around, I remembered to do the reload because I just plan to do the pinion here. Why I do pinion here is because, again, my Andromedon is the main unit, and if he want to try working on my Andromedon, the Sectopod will move in closer. If he move in closer, he will get hit by the pinions, which again is ignoring armor, the pinions. So I decided to do the pinion on top of the roof at my own position, which is also out of the range of the side bomb. Yep, the exit burn is also still taking. And because this is mind control instead of just panic, if you kill the sectoid, the panic still removes, but if it is mind control, it's almost always resulting in the enemy focus fire the sectoid, which is not my main unit. They will also get closer to my Archons for easy melee attacks, and very good chance that my Andromedon can stay in high cover and reload and then shoot next turn. Yep, the most important thing is what does his Sectopod is trying to do. I forget to check if the Sectopod can see my Andromedon because with the Mac he can still grenade my Andromedon and then shoot with the Sectopod, which could very well kill the Andromedon in one go. What he should do is really just what can a sectoid do? The most he can do is mind spin another guy or raise a zombie, which is not all that useful anyway. I think some people maybe they are not very familiar with the game yet. They think they can remove the pinions just like the first time I see it, right? They can remove the pinion by killing the Archon, which will not work. What he should do is just grenade I think it should reach. It reached extremely far. But maybe he thinks his sectoid is very important, so he tried to save his sectoid. which again, like I said before, you give them multiple important targets, so they shoot at the targets instead of your main units. Yeah, he move in and kill the sector and kill the officer, and my Andromedon is still at full health. Yep, his sector running away does not concern me, because he can't really do anything, really. As long as the mech is not grenading my Andromedon, yeah, it just, I'm just okay with that. And yeah, just a reminder, you are still within range of the pinion, which, yeah, I'm not sure how the pinion's missile works, because sometimes it can totally hit units like right here, even if the missile appears to be 2 or 3 tiles away. I'm just not sure why, or if it's intended. As long as you are within range of the circle of the pinion, you are possibly getting hit. Sometimes I even get hit, like in this bar here. It can hit. If I am not sure. Yep, he took another 5 damage. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it just happens. So right here, I like I said, I can reload and shoot 80% shot, which kills him, and it also shows that it doesn't hit the Archon in the air. I think it counts as the setup is on the ground, so it doesn't. Yeah, Trooper doesn't have enough aim. I think they have lower aim, like 65 instead of 75. And now I remember the Willow, and then I can, of course, miss 85% melee attack. But it's all good. It's all good. I can still fire with another Archon. While he loses any means of shattering my armor on the Andromedon. Yeah, if when I kill his setup with a full health Andromedon, I already won the match. He loses all kinds of firepower to deal with my Archons, not to mention the Andromedon, as soon as I kill the Sectopod. And because even if this turn is not the turn that the shield is expired, I will still dash in the shield bearer, because again, if he decided to kill the shield bearer, my main units will not be hurt, which is why we get the shield on them anyway. So yeah, like these kind of ways to draw your enemy's attention away from your main units is a pretty effective way of dealing with multiplayer. You give them some easy target or some seemingly important target to shoot, and they will waste their resources on it. So your main unit can do the hurt on them. And right here, yeah, another thing to remember is aliens and advanced do not gain a bonus on the on close proximity. So it is useless to move that close to shoot. You are now within my melee range. What she could do is teleport like over there, you will still have the same hitting chance. While I'm not that easy to move in to flank you. But I guess it doesn't matter because I'm Battle Frenzy and yeah, most of the way you can shoot me will resulting in me able to flank you next turn. Yep, now all his units are low damage and I still have one full health Andromedon and one full health Archon, so yep, he can't really do anything. And right here I decided to shoot instead of melee because I want to do as much damage as possible. Like if I crit with my main weapon, he will only have 1 health codex or 2 1 health codex if I crit for 10. So I bet for a better crit chance instead of a better hit chance. Yeah, you if you want to kill codexes, you would want to damage it with your first unit, or not damage it at all. Because if it teleports to another position, you have 5 units to respond to see which units can kill the cloning codex. But if you like shoot it with the last unit and it clones, you basically give the enemy another codex. Like I said, a 1 health unit can still do their full hurt. Yep, and here it doesn't really matter. I just keep murdering his units. Yeah, I think this is about it of this episode. But if you want to stay and see how the last guy died, you can, yeah, keep watching. Otherwise, thanks for watching and, oh, he left. Okay, good. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you in multiplayer. Goodbye.